So let's take our next calculation, which is if I were to make a square building pad. Now, that's really not usually going to happen, okay? But it gives me an idea, it gives me a rough idea about the size of the building pad and how big it might be. I could figure out from my max built area if the whole thing was made into a square building pad. It didn't have a driveway or a back patio or a sidewalk on the side up to the edge of the house. If it was all converted, if this entire thing was converted into a square concrete pad that I was going to build my building on, how big would it be? Now, since this is an R2, this could be the building pad for a duplex or two small single family units. Okay, so just know that this isn't totally out of the realm of possibility to do, but it's just going to give me an idea. So how do I find my maximum square that will give me this area? Okay, so again, there's got to be some calculation here that is common every single time based on this max built area here. I'm finding some square that has the same area. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. I know that the area equals one side times another side if it's square. So I know that. Side times side, so long as it's a square. So I need two numbers that I multiply together to make this. Okay? Well, calculators have that. It's called the square root. The square root, let's see, how do I do that? I have to have that up and running. The square root is just that. That's two numbers multiplied together to get whatever is on the inside there. So two numbers multiplied together to get this. Those two numbers are the square root. So let's see. 4011 square root. 63. What do you know? That's how I got that. Let's try the next one. 3373 square root. 58. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the square root. When you multiply a number times itself to get another one, to go backwards, you use the square root. A equals x squared. So I know that that's a formula. A equals x squared. That little weird thing right here, that's supposed to be x squared, x times x. So I can rewrite that as A equals big X times x. So if I want to figure out what x is the square root. X is what's called the square root of A. Well, that's not so hard to do, so I can do that. So now that I know that x equals, and they just type SQRT of A. That's how you write it in math terms. X equals square root of A. Okay, so here I have A area equals X times X. So if I want to find out what my side is, what one side is, then I'll use this little idea right here. X equals square root of A. If I want to find out what goes here, it's the square root of this. 3035 square root 55. Okay, so that's how I find this column right here. And it's all tying together. Again, I'm figuring out if this person, whoever did this, did something that makes sense. I'm always going to check my work. And I don't necessarily need to check everyone, but if some of them are all the same at random, I think I'm right. Okay? So this, again, is giving me a design concept that if I want to make a square building pad, I'll put in a square that's 63 by 63. Or I'll put in a square that's 71 by 71. Or I'll put in a square that's 55 by 55. So that's how we calculate this last column here.